Welcome back. So I am on the dashboard, and we have only two servers which are in shutdown state, terminating state, terminated state. So I don't have any servers which are running right now. And so let's create EFS now. Before creating EFS, let's have a security group for EFS. To create security group, you need to go to left panel, and then from here you have to select the security group. And in security group, there is something which we need to do, like we have to only allow the security group which we attach to the servers. We'll be attaching it to the servers. Like this is the security group which will be attaching it to the servers. So we have to copy this, and then you have to create a security group, NFS, and then VPC name is dev VPC. That's the VPC which I created at the beginning. And then you have to write NFS, and then only paste the security group which is there. Once it is there, let's create the security group. A security group is created. So we have a security group. Let me check the inbound rules. It is not added, so let me add it. NFS custom, and then you have to paste the security group which is there, and save rule. So it is only allowed from the security group of dev SG, which has been attached to the EC2 instance. So okay, now let's create the instances first. Let's create instances now. To create the instance, we need to go to EC2 tab. Let's create instances first, and then later we will try to add the EFS server. We have created security group, right? We have created the security group. Security group we have. We have the security group and also the ID attached, right? Yeah, that's there. So let's create EC2 instances now. Let's create two EC2 instances. Launch EFS1. We'll not be taking T2 medium for both. We will be taking T2 medium for one and T2 micro for another one. So let's create T2. Let's not create two servers. Let's create one server at a time, and then move to T2 medium. Take key pair, testing dev1, and then go to settings of VPC, then dev VPC, public subnet, and then select the security group. Allow all. This is security group which we added in the NFS security group, right? Yeah. So that be careful with this. Once everything is done, let's launch the instance. Let's create another instance. Yeah. Okay. That would be EFS2. This we are creating just to see if our EFS is visible on the two servers. T2 medium. Okay. And then let's keep it to T2 micro, and then testing dev1. That's the key which I have, and then select the VPC, dev VPC, then public subnet, security group, allow all, okay, and launch the instance. Once the instance is launched, let's connect to the instance and try to see if it is running or not. Take the public IP, specify the username EC2 user. We'll take the default key which I have in the server. I don't need to select the key every time. Like it takes the default key which is there. So sudo su. If you see here now, there's no mount point of EFS, right? So it will be there. Once I add it, it will be there. So let's create the EFS server now. I have two servers. Let me connect the other server also. Let me connect to public server, public IP, and then try to get it. EC2 user. It will select the key anyway. I don't need to select. Here also, if I see, here's the mount point of EFS. It will come when I mount it. So I don't need to do anything now. I just need to create the EFS server. For creating the EFS server, you need to select EFS from here. Once it is selected, it will load the page, and then once it loads the page, you have to create a file system and name the EFS as EFS. Let's name it as EFS and select the VPC, dev VPC. Be careful with the VPC. You have to select the dev VPC only because our instance is running in dev VPC, right? So it will be in dev VPC only. It will create. So let's create it. Once the EFS is created, it get created. It is created, but if I go and check in network tab, go in network, it will be in creating state. It is not yet created. Once it is created, we need to change the security groups which are there here. Did it get created? Let's wait for it. Let's wait for it to get created. Once it got created, right? So we need to go to manage here, manage, and then remove the security group which is there, and attach the next an NFS security group. NFS. That's all. Just need to save the file. Once it is saved, you need to go to the server, then update the packages which are there. And install these packages, both the servers. These packages are NFS utils, Python 3 Boto core, and telnet. These packages are required to check the connectivity and all. We need telnet, right? Once this is done, let's create a folder, mkdir EFS, in both the servers. Once the folder is created, let's try to mount it. To mount it, you have a command here, right? You have something here in the EFS attached. You have to select this and then mount it. Select this and mount it and try to see if it is getting mounted. If it doesn't get mounted, you need to take the IP. It doesn't exist. It is saying it doesn't exist. So what do we do now? To mount it, you need to go to network and then select the IP of the NFS and then try to mount it using that IP. This is the command to mount it. Change the IP. That's it. It got mounted, right? So it got mounted. So let me mount it in the next server also. Okay. Now let's check df-th. It is mounted. For the servers. So if you see here, So this is the mount point. So this is mounted, right? So we have to mount it via IP because DNS resolution was not working. Because of that, it was failing, right? So it fails. So this is another approach of mounting the NFS using this IP. Once this is mounted, let's create a folder. Let's make it permanent by, when server restarts, it will automatically, it will go away. So let's make it permanent. For making it permanent, you need to add in a etc fs tab. Let's add it. Let's check the mount, and if it doesn't throw any error, then it is mounted properly. Okay, once it is done, let's create a folder called as EFS upload app. This is the application which will be running, and this inside this folder will be creating an application app.py vi app.py, and this is the code. Let me copy the code for you. I'll be giving you everything in the description. In the course itself, you'll be having all these files in the code and with the commands also. And I'll be writing a blog. You can follow the blog also if it is required. Once this is done, let's save it. And let's install the package. Some packages are required for the some files are required to run this file. So let's install these packages. Flask unit file, unit Flask also, and then this file also, werkzeug file library. Just these are libraries which are need to be installed. Once this is installed, let's run the application. Let's access it via public IP NFS1 5000 port. Okay, we are accessing, right? So let add some files in the NFS. Let's take pictures. Let me add this picture. If I check in the server, if I check here in another server, MNT mount, it should be there because it is mounted, right? It should be there. It is there. So it is there in this server also. This is the first server which I have created. This is the application server NFS. It's founded here also. You see here, it's found here also in the same server, and also in the other server also. It is there. Whatever we upload there, it is found here. So our NFS is working fine as required. If we delete this, it should be gone. It is gone. And if we add it again, it should be there. I'll add that PEM key. If we check here, it is there. So it is there in this server also, and it is there in this server also, both the servers. So overall, we did activity. Now in this activity, we created two servers and then tried to create EFS server, then mount the an EFS to those two servers and try to upload some files, and it is visible in the both servers at this mount an EFS mount point. That's all I wanted to achieve in this video. So stay tuned. I'll be covering some more related some more topic related to the to this AWS. So stay tuned and be with me. Let's learn together.